Welcome to the show as I present to you the fastest car in the world. Let's go. Right, so the Saturn SL1. You're probably thinking that I'm off my nut right now, that I've chosen a car and am just going to lambaste and lie about it. When this car was new, it introduced the concept that the car is what it is, and there's nothing you can do about it. If, for example, this is what I mean by that. If, for example, you went into your Saturn showroom and you said, yes, I will have this car, this very car, you would look at the sticker price and it would say MSRP $12,155. And if you haggled with the salesman for about 1.5 hours, you would end up paying $12,155. And if you weren't so good at haggling, let's say that you're not a very good negotiator. Let's say that maybe you were having an off day, or the salesman happened to be really good at negotiating. Your MSRP would be $12,155. It was one of the first real examples of haggle-free car buying. In fact, that was one of the other reasons why buying this car was so fast, was because you didn't spend any time in the dealership. You didn't spend any time in the dealership at all haggling. So fantastic. Now, obviously, there are a few things that make this car able to do what it is able to do. It's about 70% plastic. Yep, every single body panel on this thing bolts on, and that's even true of the quarter panels. And they are 100%. They're plastic. They're poly. They're urethane, man. It's a wheelie bin. I'm driving around in a Rubbermaid box, but it's so fantastic. When you take this lightweight little Rubbermaid box and you swing it through a corner, oh, it's just so much fun, even though it wasn't really meant to do that. And you can kind of tell, it protests a little bit. But therein lies the other thing, is that the technical numbers, if you put this up against a car solely on numbers, it's going to lose. There's just no question. It's going to lose. But if you look at it for what it is and all the time that it saves you, for instance, if you had a muscle car, for example, there's no way you're getting past any fuel station at all. You have to stop at every single one of them. Every single fuel station. Oh, I got to stop at that fuel station. Why? Because, well, I've run out of fuel. I burned it all up. You know, this engine is a 27-quart single ovulating high-end crayon engine. Yep. And by the way, single ovulating high-end crayon, you have to pronounce it, it's a SOC engine, okay? Now, let's practice that for a moment. What you do at the S is you roll out the O. At the H, you hawk up a loogie, and at the C, you leave your mouth open, okay? Let's practice that. SOC engine. I've got a SOC engine. What's even better is that the 27-quart SOC engine that this car has is capable of producing an astonishing 617 goat power. Yep. And it's capable, because of the 610 goat power, or 617 or whatever it is capable of going from 5 to 42 kilometers per hour in an astonishing 3.9 centaurs. Yeah. It's fast. Oh goodness, it's fast. It can also go on to an alleged top speed of 160,000 kilometers per minute. Yep. Or is it per second? I forget what their numbers are, but it's fast, bloody fast. It's actually limited to 160,000 kilometers per second. Yep. Or is it centimeters per second? I don't remember the actual numbers. I just know that it's really high. And because of all of the things that it can do, oh look, here comes a petrol station. And we're going to drive right past it, you know, because we don't need to. We don't need to stop. We don't need to stop at this petrol station. You know why? Because this engine is so efficient at making its 617 goat power, I don't have to stop here at all. In fact, I'm just going to drive straight on through. Look at that. It is such a joy to drive this little car. And all of the controls are really simple and easy to use. For instance, the heat and air conditioning, they're just some simple buttons. There's none of this, oh, you've got to set it with the Greenwich time scale, and you've got to, you know, figure out what temperature you want your side versus her side. You don't have to put any real thought into it. You just go, oh, I'm a little cold. There we are. Real easy. There's just so many other things. I mean, the wipers on a lot of modern cars, you have infinite adjustability on how long they're supposed to stay on or go off, or when they come on. Modern cars they have a sensor on the windshield to tell the computer, and I'm not making this up, how much rain has fallen on that sensor, and then it responds by turning the wipers on for you. I'm sorry, but that just... No, what that actually is I'm too lazy or too stupid to know that it's raining enough to turn the wipers on myself. So I need a computer to do it. I'm sorry. No. In fact, that's one of there is a little bit of that kind of thinking that went into making this car. At the time, everyone in the safety department thought that it'd be a great idea if the headlights stayed on all the time. So they made this one with daytime running lights. Apparently that was a Volvo idea that for some reason in their Volvo-GM partnership, when they were making this car, they thought that was a good idea, and that it somehow made the car safer. Can't make this up. You can't make this up. It's just too funny. It's... Right, I'm going to put 2 flashlights on the hood of the car, and I'm just going to shine them. Oh god, head hurts. Anyway, because this car is what it is. Oh look, there was a Mustang in the mirror and I just outran it. Yeah, I just outran a Mustang. There's all sorts of reasons why this car is faster. I mean, the dashboard, for example, is so big and so massive that you can cook your sausages on it. In fact, I wonder what that would be like. So, as I was saying, since it's very capable, and you can actually cook your sausage on the dashboard, I will give you one word of advice. If you're going to cook your sausage on the dashboard, always use protection. You know, because when you must turn it to get the heat even. Because if you don't, it'll only cook on one side. You know, I learned those things in cookery programs, once. So you want to make sure that you always get it right the first time. Because when Because this is how you be fast. You know, this is another one of those ways that this car is fast. Because you don't have to stop for food. It's already here. You know, it's fantastic. Look at that. Perfect. Needs more salt. So, the verdict then. Is this the fastest car in the world? Well, maybe not. Not if you go by numbers. But if you go in the sense of realism, like in the ways that it saves you time in other ways, oh yeah, it's definitely the fastest thing in the world. Fastest thing you can drive right now. By a long way away. See you next time. You didn't spend any time in the dealership at all haggling. In fact, you didn't spend any time at all because you had the phone ringing on your hip. No, you didn't. So as I said, when you oh my God, I gotta get out on the open road. I hope the shit doesn't fall down into a tray. I'm gonna have to freaking clean up. You're right, I'm letting it ring. I am not answering it.